Hi everyone and welcome to my Game Week 5 transfer plans. Game Week 4 has just finished and it's been a horrendous one. Hopefully you've actually had a good game week, but mine was hideous. Let's have a look. God, this team is so painful. Look at the sea of reds. That means there's no return. Let's start with Dean Henderson. Hideous signing. I regret having him in my team. I wish I could reverse back to Game Week 1. I'd never go near him. In fact, I cannot wait to wildcard just so I can get rid of him. It's going to be so satisfying. Shocking, 1 pointer. Trent, who's been super consistent, so I'm not going to be too harsh on him, but a 1 pointer from him. I mean, he's been dodging massive mega hauls, but I didn't expect this. I didn't expect that result. Nottingham Forest to win 1-0 at Anfield. Konza, I wasn't sure if he was going to start or not with fitness concerns. He started, it didn't make a difference. Shocking return, 1 pointer. And against Everton, last in my defense was Robinson. I wasn't expecting much in this fixture, if I'm honest with you, but a 2 pointer. He's putting Trent and Konza to shame here, isn't he? All in all, my back three and goalkeeper returned 5 points total. That's quite frightening, to be honest. Moving into midfield, Jota's becoming a concern. I know he returned in the first 2 games, but second 2 games, they both blanked. But it's more the minutes which is the issue. He came off this game week before the 60 minutes were up. That's not good enough and someone we need to keep an eye on. My new signing, Eza, joined this game week. I had high hopes playing Leicester. Unfortunately, a blank. I mean, he had a good game, had a couple of chances, very close to scoring. The one that really hurts, they got a penalty. I thought Eza, well, a lot of us thought Eza was a locked penalty taker. Well, it turns out no. Glasner said after the game is between him and Meteta, they decide who takes the penalties. We have 2 penalty takers. That's not ideal at all. Finally a return, Bruno Fernandes, the guy who's been dodging points like anybody. Finally a return. 5 points, not great, we will take it though. Beside him, the guy, my saviour for this game week, Smith Rowe with a 7 pointer. Now I'll tell you what, this is the only bit of luck I've had this game week because to be honest, I started him on the bench. So I wouldn't have got these points if Pedro played. Pedro wasn't even in the squad, Smith Rowe comes in. Very, very good first sub. Last in my midfield was Anthony Gordon. Again, I went into this fixture against Wolf thinking this could be something here. Surely there's an attack in return. And he started the game well. He went past 2 defenders, smashed the ball, and I think it hit crossbar. That was early in the game, so that could have been an early return and with potential for more. That could have changed the game. Turned out being that was one of his last good chances, if I'm honest with you. Later on, he made a couple of good runs, but his teammates didn't find him. Newcastle done that trick again, where they played poor and won the game. So fair play. Up top, Haaland. Now this man is carrying my team. Every game week I captain him, he scores goals. The rest of the squad should be ashamed of themselves. This guy's doing all the work. Outrageous player. He was unlucky to not get the hat-trick of hat-tricks, but still. 2 goals again. He's on like 9 goals in 4 game weeks. Mockery. Last in my starting 11 is Isaac. Oh, frustration here. Imagine last game week I could have moved him on for Watkins. No, I didn't do that. Watkins does a madness. I'm stuck with this 1 pointer. He came off at half time with a nosebleed. I don't think I've heard that reason for a substitution. A nosebleed. Anyway, it just summed up this game week. I wasn't even mad. I was just sitting there thinking, just end this game week, hurry up. So that was the team, 49 points all out. The bench wasn't even better anyway. Pedro wasn't even in the squad, he's got a slight knock. All over 2 pointer. Eddie House playing roulette here. We thought he was out of the squad, now he's back in. Harwood hardly ever plays, another issue of a 1 pointer. So squad is in bad trouble. This team needs help. Let's have a look how I'm setting up for game week 5, how my team's looking. So this is how I'm currently set up. I've got 1.9 million in the bank. I've got 1 free transfer. I said earlier on, I am considering wildcarding in game week 6. There's a slight possibility I go even this game week, but I do want to wait because as the fixture changes, I'm much better in game week 6. The immediate issues with this team is a captain. Now, I've had it on Haaland all season, which has been very easy, peace of mind, and he's returned to be fair to him. This is the first game week where he plays the hardest defense in the league. Do I just still leave it on him and make the assumption he gets 1 return, which is a possibility with the way he's scoring, or do I buy myself a player who I can captain or find an alternative in this team? Jota would have been a perfect one at Anfield versus Bournemouth, but his minutes is a concern. I don't want to captain a player that plays 60 minutes. The other issue I've got is a lot of my players are playing each other. As you can see, I've got the Fulham guys playing the Newcastle guys. I've got the Manchester United playing the Palace guys. Never ideal. For attacking players, it's not too bad. If the game is a high scoring game, you just hope that your players can both return. In theory, my goalkeeper and defensive players should have a good probability of returning because they're all playing at home, but the reality is with defenses this season, I'm not confident at all. The only one I'm confident about is Trent. Smith Rowe could be benched for Pedro, it depends. I'll wait for the information midweek. You never know, I could get some information that could convince me to switch that order around, but for now, Smith Rowe gets the starting position. So my transfer focus is on mainly bringing in a player who I could captain for this game week. Let's have a look. The first player I'm considering to bring in is Ollie Watkins. He literally cleaned up. When you look at his stats, he tore Everton apart. The shot volume alone tells you how involved he was. 6 shots. The next fixture is gorgeous. Wolves at home. This is one of the reasons I'm considering him, but is it good enough to bring in and make him a captain? I mean, his predicted points look really good. 5.6 and 5.13, which is an attacking return in both fixtures. I really like that. But I am targeting mainly the Wolves fixture because this is the game week where I don't have a captain. The shot ratio and amount of attempts he's had is looking pretty good, albeit the numbers are a bit skewed via that Everton fixture, which gave him so many chances. But the stat which isn't skewed is he's playing Wolves, and Wolves have conceded 25 shots this season, which is the 4th worst in the Premier League. Is he much better than Isaac? And if I bring him in, more than likely to captain him. So let me know in the comments, do you think this is a good transfer? And would you captain him? And the other transfer I'm considering in is Son. Now stay with me on this one. I know it's a bit different. He's a £10 million midfielder who's got a history in FPL of being an elite player. We all love Son. We've all captained him many occasions, but I'm actually considering doing it in game week 5. Now if I judged him on his performances on this game week versus Arsenal, it's grim. You can see a lot of red statistics there. But when you look at his upcoming fixture, which is Brentford at home, things start looking up. But when you look at his upcoming fixture, Brentford at home, things start to look up. He's predicted 6.12 and 4.77 for the fixture against Manchester United. But again, I'm only focusing on game week 5. Could he be the captain my team needs? The stats in general are not favouring Son, if I'm honest with you, but when you look at the fixture, this stat really does. Brentford have conceded 27 shots on target. That's the worst in the Premier League. They are giving away so many chances. Spurs' goal threat is also not too bad. They've created a chance every 6 minutes, which is about the 4th best in the Premier League. Very, very good. So they are creating chances and sustaining attacks. And they've also had 63 attempts in these 4 game weeks, which is the 4th best again. So Spurs as a whole are creating chances. Son as an individual, the stats don't look good for him, but it could be a punt. As I said, it's a 1 game week before a wild card. So this one's an interesting one. It's a bit of a left field one. Get in the comments and let me know what you think about this. Do I bring him in and captain him? Does he outscore every potential captain alternative in my current team? Another thing to remember before we make any transfers, there's midweek fixtures. So don't go early. We've got Champions League fixtures. Have a look here. You can see Aston Villa, Liverpool, City, Arsenal all playing. And then we've got English League Cup as well. So we've got Brentford, Everton, Southampton, all the teams. Just look through that list. They're all playing. All your players will be involved. We're going to have to wait, grit our teeth, maybe enjoy some Champions League football, some midweek fixtures, and then see after that for multiple reasons. First of all, players, whether they get injured or not. Second part is you might get updating information. So for example, Brighton are playing. We get the press conferences. Pedro, is he going to be fine? Stuff like that will make a big difference to us and will impact the transfers we make. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, but more importantly, I hope you found the video useful. Do me a favor, get in the comments and let me know what you scored in game week 4. I want to know how bad it is. And also, who you captaining for game week 5. Before you jump off to your next video, do me a favor, like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. And if you're planning to wildcard, why don't you watch this video? This is wildcard 4 via elite FPL manager Andy Martin. You'll get some great ideas. Definitely check it out. It's worth your while.